Welcome to our new podcast, guys. My name is Stephanie Phillips.
And I'm Ryan Phillips.
And this is Comfortably Uncomfortable, where we are comfortable talking about uncomfortable experiences in our marriage and day-to-day life. We've been together for 12 plus years now, run a business together, and have been through the good, the bad, and the ugly that most marriages experience, but are not comfortable talking about publicly.
Now, this is not just a podcast on marriage. Along our journey, we have also found a passion for health and fitness, which we will also be discussing, as well as our business journey we have been on together for the past 7 years.
If there are specific things that you would like to hear us discuss, please let us know on Instagram and TikTok at STRY Podcast. That's at STRY Podcast, or by emailing us at strypodcast@gmail.com. I feel like I'd sweat if I was drinking coffee right now.
I'll probably start sweating. Give it time.
The best thing is when you come out of a patient's room and the back of you is soaking wet. And
it's every day.
We all make fun of you.
Today I was actually cold during lunch.
Oh,
and I turned
where
it up.
Are you?
I turned it up 1 just because I was a little chilly. And bam.
Sweat.
I forgot to turn it back down. Went into a patient's room. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
You were dying. All right. We finally came up with a name for our podcast. Did you know that I started recording? Or fuck, now you're going to be weird because I told you I started recording.
No, I'd rather you just push record and we go.
Okay. So, and then you think we're just sitting here talking and then we're going to do the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. So we sort of decided on a name, right?
I think I came up with that name.
Did you?
Yeah.
Uncomfortably comfortable.
Uncomfortably comfortable.
It's a tongue twister. You're laughing at me. But I like it.
Because I think it's what am I looking for? It describes not only like the podcast, but like just in general, like you have to be comfortable with uncomfortable things. I mean, that's the goal in life. You know, no one's going to be 100% comfortable with everything they do.
You know where I heard that term for the first time? When I worked for hospice and they were promoting me to like a leader role. They call it something weird. I forgot what they call it. And when they interviewed me, she asked me, "Are you comfortable having uncomfortable conversations?" And I was like, "I've never been asked that before in my life."
The answer is yes. You're great at that.
I am. I don't get uncomfortable.
No.
I don't get that. Like, you know, like when you're a kid and you like trip accidentally walking in the hallway to your next class and you get that like feeling of like embarrassment in your stomach.
Yeah, that shit still happens to me.
That doesn't happen to me ever. I never feel that
feeling. You trip
feeling.
on something and you like look around
Fuck,
like,
who saw?
did
Yeah.
anyone see that shit?
Yeah, you're like, yo, like 10 people saw that.
Yeah.
I never ever get that feeling.
Well,
if I trip, like how I like will trip in heels sometimes, like my ankle will roll, I literally laugh out loud and keep walking.
That's my goal in life.
Oh.
No, I'm better at it, but I used to be really bad at it. Like, did anyone see that? And like play it off, like, but now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
You're better.
I'm better.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
Like you get weird with your clothes, you know, like you must ask me like 4 times in the morning if you look wrinkled.
First of all, that does not happen. Second of all, if I ask you if I look wrinkled, that means I know I look wrinkled, and I'm waiting to see if it's like really wrinkled.
You're checking my loyalty.
No, I know you're gonna be like no, but in my head I'm like, this shit's for sure wrinkled. It's just what scale is it on?
If Steph says it's wrinkled, then it's wrinkled as fuck.
Yeah, then I know it's really bad. If you're like no, then I'm like okay, it's wrinkled, but it must not be that bad. If she didn't tell me to go change.
Yeah. So, whatever.
So that happens like
How
once a week.
How did we get into this conversation? We were talking about our new name, and now we're talking about your laundry.
That's why we created a podcast.
That's why we created a podcast. It's literally the perfect example. This is what we do. This is what happens. We'll be sitting at our breakfast table that looks similar to this, so we tried to like remake it. But we'll be sitting at our breakfast table, and we're talking about something, and the next thing I fucking know, we're talking about aliens creating pyramids.
Duh.
You know what I mean? Like our rabbit holes are deep.
I love a good rabbit hole.
Yeah, man. We've dug to China before for sure. All right. So we figured out from the last podcast that was our first podcast. So we have to get used to this, obviously. It's weird. You know, it's easier, I think, now because we're alone.
Yeah.
But we discovered that Ryan is not an actor. He cannot fake a conversation. Like he cannot replicate a conversation we had here, like if we are doing it for the first time. Whereas I can fake it till I make it. But you can't do that. So now I took him off as a collaborator on my notes that I have for the podcast, like things that I just think of throughout the day. I took you off so that you can't see. Do you get notified when I take you off?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Every time I see a notification for the notes, I'm just like,
well, that's because you ignore all the work shit, but.
Because I don't know which one it is. I just see.
Right. Well, we have like a work meeting note. We have a meeting with just Angela.
But it's better
note with just Angela.
If we're just on the fly. It's more genuine.
Well.
And it's not scripted. And I obviously can't act.
Basically, this entire podcast, I will have zero help with the fucking topics. So everyone go easy on me. I'll be like asking on Instagram if you have like questions or what do you guys want to hear us talk about. But just know, written and produced by me.
Perfect. Let's go.
So, okay. I've been wanting to talk to you about this all week. Well, since yesterday. So I posted a photo yesterday. I'm going to try to see if we can get it on the screen while we're talking about this. So if you can see it, this is the photo that I posted yesterday on Instagram on my story. I posted a side-by-side. Insert photo. Rachel Kev. Insert it. I posted a photo from day 1 of 75 Hard to day 24 of 75 Hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how many DMs I got saying, I think you were more beautiful in the first photo. Oh, perfect in both. Oh, I would die for the first photo. Listen, this isn't about fishing for fucking compliments. Obviously, the first photo is an unhealthy girl.
Yeah.
Inflamed as fuck, unhealthy. I was binging for weeks, right?
Correct.
You would rather fuck the second girl, right?
Yes.
Exactly. It's like don't sugarcoat shit.
Well, you got that same response when you were prepping.
I know, but I'm addressing it for the first time.
Yeah, but
I don't rant on Instagram anymore.
Like, I liked you the way you were before.
Listen, that's not what it's about.
But
am I beautiful in both? Absolutely. In my own ways. But this isn't about beauty. This is about health, wellness, longevity. I don't understand. And it to me, in my head, I'm thinking, why are we settling for mediocre lives?
I think it comes down to, sorry if you're listening to this, but
that's what I want.
Who are the ones making those comments?
Exactly. They're the ones in the office.
Because for them, it feels like, oh, you were beautiful the way you are, because that's how I am right now.
No, Ryan. These are women in my chair in my office, in our office, bitching at me about being fat. Exactly. Bitching at me about wanting to lose weight. Bitching at me because they don't know what macros are.
But think about it. It's because if they hype you up as how you were before, they're basically telling themselves it's okay to be like how I am now. Like, it's the same thing.
It's bullshit.
It is bullshit because they're not.
It's what's wrong with this country.
It is, but they're not. I don't know how I'm trying to say it, but
gets me hype.
Gets you. I can see that.
Now I'm sweating.
Yeah, well, you're wearing a freaking denim jean jacket.
Denim jean jacket. I need it.
I gotta specify. It's all the above.
Got it.
Okay.
You lost it.
It's just these people, it's kind of like misery loves company type of thing. Like, hey,
yeah, I know where you're going with this.
You're the perfect the way you are. You're like how I feel about myself. You didn't need to change anything. It's like, no, I did need to change something. I wasn't happy with myself personally. Okay, that's the aesthetic aspect of it. But like you said, the longevity, all the other benefits, the mood, like you felt probably brain fogged, like crazy.
I felt shitty, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Remember, we thought something was wrong with me. The last few months since prep, obviously my body had to readjust to normal life, eating everything. But I felt like something was really wrong with me.
Yeah.
It was bad. We're going to talk about post-prep blues and all that at another time, but yeah. So,
yeah.
And I don't think people realized it is very unhealthy to gain that much weight that quickly. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck how you try to put it.
It's any fluctuation.
I gained
in weight
over
that
35
fast.
pounds in a matter of less than 3 months. That's a lot of weight in 3 months.
But you also cut 40 pounds of weight prior. So you had big fluctuate. I think that's even worse than going one way and staying that way. Like, which we talked about the other day about finding our base or our happy spot where we could be year round and be happy with ourselves, be healthy.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And then,
I haven't found that yet.
I know, but like, okay, this year I want to focus on building my upper body a little bit more or my lower body. Then you increase slightly and you set goals, but we need to find that happy spot where we can just live.
Yeah, I agree. Back to my Instagram rant.
Go for it.
I'm sick of it.
I think people don't realize we're not about mediocrity. Like, this podcast is not for mediocre. It's for people that want to better themselves.
Correct.
I mean, everything we're documenting is showing how we're bettering ourselves. You know,
Our experience with it.
we're putting it all out there.
Yeah.
So we're not mediocre.
Right. So, well, that's the thing is that, like, my answer to that or to them is like, okay, so you're settling for the first person in the picture.
Yeah.
That's what you're settling for in life. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Well, I'm not okay with it. Thank you for the compliment. But no, it's not okay. And most likely you need to turn around and look at yourself from within at how you can better your health for your family, for your children, for yourself, for everything.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy to me. Like, it makes me crazy. And I've never really like spoken about it out loud in detail. But yeah, it is. Because it's like, what are you, fucking dumb? Anybody would fuck the second girl over the first girl. Come on.
It's not about you. It's about them.
Obviously.
Yeah. So you can sit here and be pissed about it.
It's just annoying because it happens so often.
Yeah.
Every time. Because during 75 Hard, I post a lot of progress pics. Yeah. And this is the first one that I'm posting of this 75 Hard. So it's like, well, now I probably won't get any. Everyone's going to be like, fuck you. You're fat in both.
Whatever. Because
it's like, but whatever. Good. Don't write me those messages. Want better for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. So now this is going to lead to something else that I wanted to talk about and I wanted to ask you about. So you know how this is going to be funny actually. How I get discouraged very easily. Right?
With certain things, yeah.
Like I freak out.
Yeah.
And nobody really knows that side of me other than you.
Yeah.
But first of all, I'm very blessed to have you and you check me. I don't think a lot of people have that where, you know, they have someone to check them. Like, bitch, slow down. It's been 2 weeks. It goes
both ways. We balance each other well.
Yeah. But do men get discouraged like that? Not like that. Like, hold on. Let me explain to you my feeling. Like this feeling when you wake up. I did it like last week. This week I feel great. This week I see changes. I woke up in the morning, got on the scale. Big mistake. Exactly the same. I took my photo, hated how I looked for 75 Hard. Like my daily photo. Came downstairs. You were super hot. I was like, damn, he's leaning out so much. We're not even in the garage yet. Go in the garage.
This morning?
No. This was like a week ago.
Oh, okay.
We go in the garage and I was like, what the fuck? My scale hasn't moved. This is before we even scanned. Yeah. I was like, I'm fucking over this shit. I'm going to do 3 a days. I'm going to cut my calories even more. And you were like, bro, chill. Remember?
I remember.
You sat me down. You hugged me.
We've had this conversation many times.
Yeah, but we've never had this conversation reversed.
Because I know what my body's capable of and I know I'll get there. And
so again, do you get discouraged?
Yeah, sometimes, but not to a degree where I'm going to vocalize it or anything like that, because I might wake up and be like, damn, you're super flat. Your chest is small, blah, 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 blah. My legs can't freaking build my calves to save my life. So I get discouraged with certain parts of my body.
I love your calves.
Whatever.
They're growing.
But I trust the process. I know if I do these things correctly and we keep these lifestyle changes that we've worked hard on for the last few years, and we actually stick with them, that things will change. Because they last 75 Hard, we I made Steph. Well, I said what I did to look. I looked through my old pictures of 75 hard. And then I realized we didn't really see any drastic changes till like week 6, week 7.
Right.
And then you looked through yours and it was the same thing. And I'm like,
well, you said day 46 to 50, and mine was day 49 that I saw my difference. Yeah. Like it was pretty drastic.
Yeah, but this goes back. Has always been you. Remember, I used to hide the scale from you. I had to put it up high so you couldn't reach it.
I know. And then I bought another one.
Yeah. But it goes back to
a shitty scale anyways.
But I always told you this, like weight, a scale is just a snapshot of your total weight of that in that moment. It doesn't give you your muscle mass, your water breakdown, your fat mass. It's not telling you an accurate picture of your overall body composition. That. So just because you're not losing weight on the scale does not mean you're not losing fat. You can still, things.
Well, look at my last scan.
Well, it's like patients we have, like, oh, I'm not losing any weight, and they're on peptides or whatever they're on. It's like, I'm not losing weight, but I'm down 3 sizes, pant sizes. It's like,
but they're still pissed about the scale. I know.
Like,
I know. I deal with it too.
Yeah.
I know. But I'm that person.
You are that person.
Yeah, that's me. I put on a fucking front at the office, and then I come home and I'm the same way.
Women are a lot harder on themselves.
I don't really care about the scale as much as I care about what I look like in the mirror. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but like on day 23, I went back to my sexy jammies. I was in my grandma jammies up until like 3 days ago, and 3 days ago
I
was
like, you've been rocking like the Calvin Klein stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're feeling yourself, which is good. You should always, you should be,
But still, it's a good judge for me that I fit back into them because they were too tight the first time I put them on.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm wondering though. Do guys do that? Like, do you put on your pants and if they fit too tight, not like in the quads, I'm talking about the waist, do you get like a feeling of like, ugh, you're disgusting?
No, because I know where I know the last half of the back half of last year, everyone knows, I just been trying to put on as much muscle mass as possible. That's my goal. I haven't been working on endurance. I haven't been working on my flexibility or anything. So my goal was strictly to put on size. So when I know I'm going to gain a little fat. So if you wake up and you feel
like you look small, that's a better thing to say.
That would be worse than me not fitting in pants.
What would you feel?
I would tell myself, you need to push harder, motherfucker.
And you don't even say it out loud. Like you don't even complain about it.
And then I go in the garage and I'll just be, I might do an extra set or I might, really go to failure, to really get that hypertrophy that I'm looking to do.
But I wish I had that. So like how you want my uncomfortably comfortable trait, I want that trait from you.
Yeah.
I want to not care and always think I look good.
There's a million traits other than that I would want from you as well.
What? What other traits you want to change about me?
Well, I told you, being comfortable with uncomfortable situations, the way you...
Oh, no, I thought you were saying things that I need to change.
No. I'm saying there's a few traits of yours I wish I had.
Oh.
So we're even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, in a nutshell, guys do get that way, but in your own calm way, I guess.
I can't speak on all guys.
True.
But I'm assuming it's a human thing to do.
I know most women do it. That's the thing. That's why I was curious. Like if you were like, no, I don't really care. I don't get discouraged. And most men are the same. That's how I thought you were going to say it. Answer it.
I think it's individualized and I always tell you, imagine if we kept doing what we were doing since we said it last time a year ago.
Yeah.
Because I know if you're consistent and you're adherent to your program and you're doing all the steps, everything else is going to fall in line. Yeah. So I'm not worried about it. And I hate when you say that, I'm not competing for a competition. I don't have a timeline of when, I have goals set, but I don't, I'd rather be slow and steady and gradually get to where I want to be than to do it drastic and then flip flop, go back and forth.
Maybe that's my problem, that I'm impatient.
100%.
Okay.
You're always impatient with everything.
We're cracking codes left and right this week.
Oh, we're always cracking codes.
Yeah. So, okay, we figured that out.
All right.
I'm just impatient.
Yeah.
I think everybody's impatient, but when it comes to that, like weight loss, like you're like, fuck, I'm putting in all this work. I'm doing 2 days for 75 hard plus 30 minutes on the stairs. And I'm eating clean, blah, blah, blah. Like, what the fuck? Nothing's changed in 3 weeks. How many people say that to us?
But 3 weeks is not
nothing.
a long time.
I know that.
4 to 6 weeks to start seeing a difference.
Yeah.
And even longer to see more of a difference.
Well, the way I'm kind of thinking about it is during that 3-month period that I put on that 35 plus pounds, a lot of it was water weight. I know that because I was like, my kidneys weren't functioning well, remember, after prep. And so now I'm kind of like thinking like, okay, I got 3 months to get it off. Is that realistic?
Yeah. You will lose it. By the end of 75 hard, I guarantee you'll be
normal.
You'll be to where you were hoping to be, but it's not going to be good enough to where you truly want to be, but you'll be in that ballpark, if that makes sense.
Okay. We'll see, I guess, right?
And you just got to push hard.
I got to push harder. You keep telling me that. Okay. I posted this really good quote today from the book. You saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
It's a
good.
great book.
Yeah, really good book. Green Light by Matthew McConaughey. So good.
I've been telling you to read that thing since when did I get it last 75? No.
Yeah.
I read it before last 75 hard. Like we got it at an airport somewhere.
Yeah.
Really good book.
Really good book.
Yeah.
I can't put it down. So it said, one of the quotes from Matthew McConaughey in that book was, sometimes we don't need advice in our journeys. Sometimes we just need to hear we are not alone. And that is, I feel like, really true, especially with like what has happened with my weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, like this yo-yo effect that I've had the last year. You're not alone. You're not struggling alone. You're not scared alone. You're not sad alone. And it's like, sometimes that's what you want to hear. Like the section of the book that I was talking about, he was speaking to a friend and the friend just let him go on and on and on and on. He leaned in and said something like I've been there, or I know I feel like or like that's happened to me. I don't remember what the exact verbiage was.
Yeah.
But it was like refreshing to just hear that someone else had gone through the same struggle.
I mean, we hear it every day. I have so many women that sit in my chair and say, I've watched your guys' YouTube and their story is almost identical to your story as far as having kids, yo-yo dieting, you're a short, girl who, like, when you do gain weight, it shows because you're shorter, Yeah. It's just the way it is. If you were taller, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But like so many people with that same story. Yeah. Like, oh my God, I'm going exactly through what your wife's going through. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to show it. And there's always someone that has done or been where you've been. Because it's also like, no matter how much I'm insecure about my body or I'm going through whatever I'm going through, I'll still post it. I don't give a fuck. Which is why I think people enjoy, because you're truthful. Even though I absolutely hate it, but I still don't care to post it. Yeah. I just don't. Who cares? I don't. I don't get that feeling, remember? Yeah. It's not existent. But even if everyone hated it, who cares? Yeah. There's still that one person that you'll motivate, and it's worth it. True. Just like the podcast. We said if we can at least help one couple or individual that's struggling with whatever they're going through, weight loss wise, hormones wise, anything, or just put a smile on your face for that day or whatever. I mean, it's worth it for that, for sure. Yeah. In regards to going back to the photo from Instagram, there was something I forgot to add. I was talking to Rachel about it, and she was like, somebody made a comment to me that, oh, why are you doing all these things to your face? Oh, why are you doing Kybella? Oh, why do you do Botox? Why do you do your lips? You're beautiful just the way you are. And that specific person is a liar, because they're very insecure about a lot of things about themselves because they've expressed it to me. And it's like, so why are you saying that? Like, you want to do things yourself. You just don't do it for whatever reason, financially, whatever reason, downtime, whatever reason. But why bash somebody else because they have an insecurity and they're correcting it with, say, filler, Botox, whatever the case? I don't know. I was like, yeah, I get that shit all the time. And I'm like, dude, don't come at me. Like, come on. Misery loves company. Yeah. Goes back to the same thing. Yeah. Because they're probably really thinking, because Rachel looks fucking good.
Everybody can kiss my ass because she looks so good.
Most people, when they say a comment like that, either A, they want it, they're scared to do it, or B, they can't afford to do it, or C, there's someone, there's someone in their life that's preventing them from doing it. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we're not altering your feature. I mean,
we're enhancing your features.
Yeah, we're enhancing. We're just correcting little things that
bother you.
Exactly.
Yeah, like you didn't like your jawline.
Yeah.
We fixed it. You didn't like your under eyes.
We're not trying to make people look like
crazy, like
Nancy
a cat.
Pelosi. But we're trying to make people feel better about themselves. And we do it more in a natural way. So those people can fuck off.
I think Nancy Pelosi needs filler.
I'm talking about her freaking eyebrows up to
her. Oh, yeah. She's always spocked.
Yeah.
Horrible all job. That money, and she's always spocked. She has no friends.
Yeah.
She has no friends at all. We had a rep in our office, and I saw her on Instagram, and I was like, hey, I need to fix your spocked brows. She was like, what? I was like, yes, I can't let you walk around like that anymore. You have no friends.
Yeah.
Like, you literally, like, if you don't tell your, it's like these women that gatekeep. It's like the woman that had eyeliner all over her eyelid, and I walked in the office, and he's in his room with this patient. This is fucked up. He's in a room with a patient for how long? You were in there with her for probably an hour. I go in. That time, like 30 minutes. She has black mascara smeared across her eyelid, and her entire one eye is black. He's been looking at this woman for 45 minutes with this shit on her eye.
How do I know she didn't place it there on purpose?
Ryan, you are an intelligent
I'm not going to go up to her with a Q-tip or a baby wipe and be like,
she would have had no idea. And she would have been like, wow, that is so nice.
And then she's going to leave and be like,
I walked into the room, and within 10 seconds, I had a cotton swab with witch hazel on it, and I was wiping her eye while I'm still having a conversation with her. So make sure you don't have shit on your face, because Ryan's taking all your photos with it there. He's not helping you.
Hey. Whatever. I wasn't taking her photos. Whoever took her photos before I got into the room should have handled that.
And then he says, after I clean it off, with her still sitting there, I never would have done that.
Because it's true. I'm gonna hand her the mirror. She's gonna be like, everything looks good, but what happened to my black smear here that I've been rocking all day?
Stop it.
And I'm gonna be like, I thought that Steph told me to wipe it. And she's gonna be like, no, that was my whole look today. And I'm gonna be like, fuck.
Ladies, it was liquid. No, it's actually mascara smeared on her eyelid. She did not even have eyeliner on. So
whatever.
Not cool, bro. You have to help somebody out.
I'm not going around wiping people's makeup off their face. Okay?
Okay.
If they don't check a mirror prior to walking into a public place, that's on them. 100%. I'll let them rock that shit.
It's fucked up.
Whatever.
That's so fucked up. That's like how I walked up to you the other day, and I literally cleaned something out of your tooth.
I appreciate that.
Because I would never let you walk around like that.
I appreciate
you need to pass that on. That's good karma.
To you, I would.
No, to a stranger.
If they had a big fucking spinach hanging from their teeth, I would be like, hey, you got something there.
I don't think you would.
Makeup,
I don't think you would.
Women's makeup, I do not comment on.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would tell somebody that they had spinach in their teeth. I don't even think you'd tell me.
I've told you that before.
I've had lipstick on my teeth, and I'd go in a patient's room and they tell me, and I'm like, dude, I was just talking to my husband for fucking 20 minutes.
I never noticed any lipstick on your teeth. Get out of here. I would tell you that shit. I would.
I don't think so. I don't feel safe. No one's safe.
Whatever.
With you.
Anyways.
Anyways.
How do we even start talking about that?
I don't know. Another rabbit hole. I don't know. But that's kind of all I wanted to talk to you about. I have a couple more topics that we will be recording in the future.
Real quick, what'd you do today?
Where'd you do today?
What'd you do today?
What'd I do? What wise?
Didn't you have something done today?
I did.
What'd you do?
I vlogged it.
So? What if these people are not watching the YouTube? They're just listening to the podcast. They should
be watching the YouTube because it's funny as fuck. But I finished my last veneer appointment today. I've been going through
How many appointments has it been?
Dude, I'm at now like 17 hours in that chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think today was 17 or 16. I don't remember. I lost track. I was there for another 2 hours today.
So today you got your permanents put on?
Yes.
And are you happy?
I'm very happy.
That's all that matters.
Yes.
They look beautiful.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I came to the office just to show you.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
You bashed me for not having a
I feel like you were more shocked. Like, why are you here? How'd you get here this quickly?
I saw someone walk in on the camera, and I'm like, "Who's that?" And then I turn around, and you're standing there, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" And then you're like, "I came to show you my teeth." With your mouth was all numb, so you were like, "Am I showing you?"
You had to open my lip. The numbing's pretty much gone now.
Good.
But I'm just happy that it's all over with. It was definitely a bigger process than I thought, just from me not researching it enough. But I am happy that I still would have done it again.
Yeah. Well, it goes to you being impatient, because you literally like, I think I'm going to get veneers. The next day, I put a down payment on veneers. I'm like, okay. You do that with everything.
Yeah, knee-jerk reactions. But yeah, I haven't been happy with my teeth for a long time. So I was born with, it's called peg laterals. So the 2 teeth next to my 2 front teeth were just sticks. And my whole life I've had bondings after bondings. We tried to do just veneers on those, and it just never matched. And it didn't look, they were always set weird because I had to change them so often. So I was like, I just want a permanent smile, all one line. I'm tired of Invisalign. I'm tired of all this shit. So I pulled the trigger, but I'm very happy with it. And the office that I did go to, JJ Dental, the staff are phenomenal. I have, oh my God, never been treated so nicely at.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So just that alone made like the process of me having to go back and switch things and change things, because I'm just neurotic, made the experience good in itself.
It's your teeth, you know? I mean, to some degree you have to be. And it's not a cheap procedure.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's exactly what you want.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you're happy, because that makes me happy.
I know. You said a prayer this morning.
I know. I'm like, if she comes home
with
another
whoa. I was about to end this shit too, and now you want to open this can of worms? So I got sat down last night and scolded because I've been too much lately. I've been on 100, barking at this person, dealing with this person. And so I said to you, I have a lot on my plate. So like he's sitting there bitching me out, and I'm just like, okay, what do you want? He's like, I want your delivery to be better. I was like, all right, I'll work on it. But like, I had to give you a list of things that I've been dealing with. And I was like, fuck, why do I have to give you this explanation?
You didn't have to give me a list. You hate when I list everything I've been through.
It's annoying. That's why I don't like to do it.
You didn't have to. All you had to do was go.
But it was more like me explaining, don't take it personal.
Yeah, but I'm your husband. I'm with you 24/7, damn near. So you're going to...
Yeah, I gotta explain myself. Bitch, you're gonna explain yourself. But my point is that this was something that was very stressful for me, because I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Are they not gonna be perfect? Are we gonna have to keep doing this for? It was scary.
You knew they were gonna be perfect.
I did, but I was stressing it for some reason.
But all I was trying to say is, I pray to God that
so before I left the house, he was like, dear God, please, please let this dental appointment go well. And I was like, for the dentist or for you? He's like, for everyone's sake. And I was like, thank you for that. Thank you for that prayer. But
it was genuine. No, I really wanted you to be happy with them, because I know it's been in the back of your mind.
I've had a lot going on at once, and I listed everything for you yesterday, but you have to be honest, more than half of that list you didn't even know about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the things that you are dealing with, I know about. I monitor, I follow up with, because I've always dealt with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've just newly delegated them to you. But like the things that I'm dealing with, and like the negotiating and the bitching, and like I don't ever make you bitch somebody out. You know, I would never do that to you, because I know
you enjoy it.
I enjoy it thoroughly.
So technically, you're not really dealing with anything. You're just doing something you love to do.
It's still stressful because you don't know what the response is going to be from the other party. But
you love a good showdown.
But my point is, you didn't know about half those things. So it's like, to my point, it was like, I will work on my delivery, but also don't take things so personal, you fucking pussy. I had to, I'm sorry. Okay. That's how I felt last night.
All right.
But
I'm going to end it there, because I'm not going to start anything.
Not going to stoop?
Kid's about to leave a stoop.
You're going to say that.
No, I'm not going to stoop to that level. Anyways, we hashed it out last night.
But I will work on my delivery, though.
Right,
that I will say.
That's all I was asking. All you simply had to do was, I'm sorry, I'm dealing with a lot. I'll work on my delivery. Boom.
But see, here's an example, though. I was upset the other night about something, and I didn't call you on my way home from work, which I do every day. I know that was wrong of me, but I genuinely didn't call you because I didn't want to cry again, because I had cried earlier about it. I had an important doctor's appointment. Long story short, insurance denied the claim and they canceled my appointment that I was waiting for 2 months. And I've had this weird pain, this weird lump, and I was going to get it checked out, and I've been anxious about it. Something else has been on my mind. And they canceled my appointment the fucking day before. The day before. I made this appointment 2 months ago, and they canceled it the day before. So I got upset, and I did have an emotional reaction, and I cried. And I cried on the phone with you, and I had to hang up because I was still working. Mm-hmm. So I didn't call you on the way home because I didn't want to be triggered to cry again because I knew you wanted to talk about it.
But I think that's BS because you told me you called your dad on the way home and you told me you cried on the phone with your dad on the way home.
I didn't mean to cry.
You're bullshitting a bullshitter.
I swear to God, listen, I didn't mean to cry because I had not told my parents purposely about this concern because I didn't want to worry them.
Steph, every time on your way home, you're supposed to call me just so I know, hey, she's in transit. Let me make sure she don't die in transit. So I know, like, hey, she's coming from this way. If I don't hear from her, I know where her last location was, can find her, blah, 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 blah. Okay. You call your dad every single day on the way home, too. That day, he got a call. I didn't get shit.
I'm sorry.
So.
But you did take it personal, and it wasn't personal.
Damn right, I took it personal.
I'm sorry, though.
All right.
I don't think I was sorry yet.
For. I didn't, you didn't, okay.
But I asked you last night, what do you want? You didn't say, I want a sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
I did.
I didn't listen. I tuned you out.
Yeah.
You saw me. I was like catching butterflies in left field.
Whatever.
And then I just said, okay, what do you want out of this argument?
It wasn't really an argument. I mean, it was just a conversation less than 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
So. But
it's funny because you took it personal thinking that I was mad at you on the way home. And really, I wasn't. And I came home and I wasn't mad. You were mad. Sorry.
I wasn't mad.
I should have called you on the way home.
Disappointed.
Sorry. I never would
pull that
you.
Card.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm gonna do it. It's not nice. That's a big card to throw down.
Anyways.
Save that shit.
Save that shit.
All right. So that wraps up our second episode. It was fun. Thank you for meeting me here.
See, I flow better when it's just on the go.
Okay. Until next time, I guess we'll meet at the same spot.
Non-scripted.
Non-scripted. Was it ever going to be scripted?
No, but
you did know the topics beforehand last time.
Like if we're on a walk and you give me a topic and I start going and you're like, "Ooh, that's good. Remember that for the podcast." I'm never going to be able to reenact that because in the back of my mind, I'm like, "How did I say it that first time?" And like I'm going to fumble on my words and stuff.
I guess.
And this time I didn't.
Well, that's how you know it's going to be genuine because it's literally on the fly. Perfect.
All right.
All right. Uncomfortably comfortable. Comfortably uncomfortable. What the fuck?
What is our name?
How am I gonna...
We're still working out the kinks, but
comfortably uncomfortable with STRY.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We hope that you enjoyed this episode just as much as we did making it for you. If there are specific things that you would like to hear us discuss, please let us know on Instagram and TikTok at STRY Podcast. That's at STRY Podcast, or by emailing us at strypodcast@gmail.com.
Please be sure to follow us on Spotify and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on new episodes dropping every Thursday.
You can also check us out on YouTube under Stephanie Phillips with weekly episodes releasing every Tuesday. You can also go back and see my entire journey to my first bikini competition, which we documented from start to finish. Thank you all so much for the love and support because without you guys, none of this would be possible. We will see you next time.